So with 2.4 underway, many people are already looking to the next patch 2.5 and wondering who will be in the rerun banners. And so let's talk about one likely candidate, Kazuha, and why he might be coming in 2.5. And so with that, let's move on to this video. But before that, if you do enjoy this video, then consider giving it a like and subscribe. It helps out a ton. So firstly, Kazuha is an amazing character that sadly was released at an awkward time, as both Ayaka and Yoimiya were both announced on Twitter, and so many people in the community were like, oh, Kazuha, guess I'm skipping him. As for one, Ayaka had been hyped up since the beginning of the game due to her being in the game files, and so many had been waiting for an opportunity to summon for her, with some people not even spending one primo gem until they got their hands on her, as well as the fact that Yoimiya became a fan favorite after seeing her bubbly personality and her fun playstyle. And while she was lacking a bit in the damage department, she still performed relatively well. Now, all of these factors meant that Kazuha was skipped by many, but after seeing him perform pretty well in many team comp, as well as having an overall fun playstyle, people are now wondering whether or not he will come back. And so that brings us to the main question of this video, and that is, will Kazuha make his return in 2.5? So let's look at the best argument for this, and that is that once Ganyu has been released, Kazuha will be the longest character to not have a rerun, as he was released in 1.6 just before the big 2.0 patch, and so he would be the last character to not have a rerun banner. Now, while miHoYo has in fact rerun all the characters before 2.0 excluding Kazuha, they have changed the order that you would typically expect them to have the rerun. For example, Xiao and Ganyu were released very early on in Genshin's life cycle, however only now are receiving their rerun banners, whereas characters like Hu Tao or Eula were released after them but have already received their second rerun, and so this may mean that we might not get Kazuha in 2.5 if miHoYo decides to switch up the order and perhaps have Ayaka or even Yoimiya's rerun banner instead. However, the big reason why I believe miHoYo has done this is simply because of popularity. So it's to no one's surprise that Xiao and Ganyu were two extremely hyped up characters, with both of them being two of the highest DPS characters in the game. Many were looking forward to the rerun banner, however for the longest time it did not happen. Now luckily in 2.4 we did get both of them, but delaying them until now made both of them generate even more hype than they already had. And so while Kazuha is a great character and one I'm looking forward to grabbing a constellation or two, do I think miHoYo will delay his rerun banner? Probably not, which is good news, as it means that it's more likely he will be released in the next rerun banner cycle. Now the other reason why I think Kazuha will be the next rerun banner is because of the amount of rerun banners miHoYo is doing. So recently miHoYo has been pumping out those rerun banners, with Xiao, Ganyu, Zhongli in 2.4 right now, which is good news for us, as players who didn't manage to get them when they came out now have another chance. But now what does this mean for Kazuha? Well, simply it means that if we go by the recent patches of having between 2 to 3 rerun banners, then it means Kazuha is 2 to 3 more times likely to come in 2.5. And seeing how well these rerun banners do in terms of sales and all that, it's highly unlikely this number will go down. And so because of that, and the fact that he is one of the oldest characters to not receive a rerun banner, I believe that Kazuha will be the next one to receive a rerun banner in 2.5. And so if you didn't manage to get him when he was first released, or perhaps you weren't playing Genshin back then and so you missed out on him, then I advise you to get him. He's a wonderful character that can fit in so many different teams, and I think closer to 2.5 I'll make some videos on why you should pick him up. But that's it for me today. And so I hope you enjoyed this video, and if you did, consider dropping a like, subscribe, helps out a ton. But now, as always, I will see you next time.